Give y'all the business tonight, man. Give y'all the business. Once I know the audio. Give y'all the business tonight, man. Oh yeah, the audio was perfect. Let me just share this with some people, and then we are going to um turn it all the way up. We are going to turn it all the way up for y'all tonight, man. And I got a story to tell. And unlike a lot of these internet content creators, my stories are source stories, which are, I deem to believe, a lot more credible, especially now with some of the stuff that's coming out, a lot more credible than, you know, just your typical boxing blogger, right? So come on up in here. Come on up in here. Let's get this out and about. Um, you know what I find real funny in regards to content creating, right? Boxing content creating, right? Like, what is actual content, right? Boxing wise, right? Is I guess you could define it a whole bunch of different ways, right? Now, me personally, when I look at content, boxing content, right? I, have a vision board. Let's use a vision board for those of y'all that can follow a vision board, right? So if I have a vision board when it pertains to boxing content, right? And I say like photography, right? That's boxing content. I say interviews, definitely boxing content, right? Those should be like top two right off bat, right? For content. If you have actual photography work, that's content. If you have actual reporting work as far as like interviews and coverage, that's content, right? Top two. Now, talking boxing off of stuff that is reported, whether a story that is written or a photo or news, that is, you are a content creator because now you're creating something off of other stuff, right? Now, myself, and I see others as well that are stamped in this game, come into this game with actual stuff that I just read off: photography work, interviews, coverage, going to fights, stuff like that, right? But yet, when you um, jump on YouTube and you reporting or talking, content creating on YouTube, to me, doesn't really add up to um, the business, or speaking on boxing. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me, because I don't know, man. It's like for some reason it's like it's not letting me rock and roll, right? All right, let me know if y'all can hear me, man. Because on my laptop right here, it's showing that I'm not even, the timing of that is moving, and I don't want to jump in and give y'all this content and y'all can't hear it, because man, the stuff that I'm about to share in regards to the Cash Money Brothers, that's what I am calling them tonight, the Cash Money Brothers, CMB. This is content right here, man. This is real content right here. CMB. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. We are talking about the Cash Money Brothers, better known as the Charlo Brothers, Lions Only, G Money, and Nino Brown. G Money and Nino Brown. Um, I might need some ice for that, man. It's kind of warm. Oh man, give me a second. Yeah, check on Daffy, man. Check on Daffy. Daffy's going crazy. Get to the window. See what's wrong with her. Call her firmly, man. Call her firmly. Stay in this house now, Daffy. I'm about to put it on the TV. I want to make sure y'all can hear me, man. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to give out none of this sauce yet until I know the audio and everything's a go. Once I see the audio and stuff is a go, because for some reason, man, I don't know what is going on. It's like for whatever reason, make sure y'all can hear me, man. Yo, man, YouTube to me is crazy. Locked in. They know I am locked in. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Yeah, look, it's freezing. All right. I think I'm good, man. I think we're straight now. So I'm going to get to it, right? So Jamel Charlo. I told you I was going to come back with this, man. So Jamel Charlo did not attend his brother's ring return, right? After Oh man, two and a half years out the ring, right? Um, this is his twin brother. 2.5 years out the ring. He's a no show, right? A no show. Doesn't pop out. Um, and then as we found out after the fight, hasn't um returned his calls. They haven't spoken. Now, I say, damn. So he went into battle, right? Basically, that's what he did. He went in. He went into battle, right? Um, without his brother's blessing or his brother saying, "Yo, do your thing, get the win." Now, you guys don't find that odd. Y'all don't find that odd, right? I don't, because when I first 5 years ago, I've been on YouTube for 5 years, right? But prior to being on YouTube, um, I was always doing media work. I would be around these guys from my days, covering Earl Spence and Teen Spence, so it don't make sense. And I would pick up on habits. I would pick up on different behaviors, right? And I remember discussing these things, you know, especially once I started, blogging, doing this. And for whatever reasons, well, I know the reasons, and you guys know the reasons too. But when you deal with boxing YouTubers and gossipers, because that's what majority of the YouTubers are, gossipers, right? They're not in the field. No, they're not. They're not in the field. They're not at fights. They are on the internet via Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, things like that. How they get their information is off of these sites or whoever they listen to that they're comfortable with as a fan of, because that's basically at the end of the day, blogging, YouTubing, and things like this. Guys are fans. It is what it is. They're fans, right? Now, some of the more popular content creators master that element. They know that if they speak about a certain fighter that has a lot of fans, they could probably get fans as well, listeners, right? But I'm calling them fans. But tonight we're not holding back. This is, content creating. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. So we're on our CMB, right? Nino Brown, G Money, right? So a lot of the fighters that I chose to talk about and speak the truth about, now that is coming out, the shit is hitting the fan, were popular fighters, right? They were popular fighters that were the cool kids. Let's use that term, because that's what a lot of this YouTube content creating, to me, comes off as high school shit. You know what I'm saying? The popular guys, they was at the popular table. So we'll say the popular guys, right? So a lot of the popular guys I went head up against, whether it was Earl Spence, Derek James, Tank Davis, the Charlo brothers, all of these guys I went head up against, right? And going head up against, not only did I not earn listeners, a lot of them listeners, fans, fuck it, let's call them what they are, fans, right, didn't want to support me as far as being a YouTuber. That's cool, because like I said, at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to support what they want to support and do what they want to do. But when the shit starts to hit the fan and content creators, because that's when I come on my YouTube platform, I am like the rest of these other content creators. But unlike a lot of these content creators, if you're just getting in here now, I said I check off boxes like photography interviews. That's the content that I'm into, right? I don't, you see now I can spice it up and come on here and talk and get the gimmicks and the special effects, but that's not my cup of tea, right? I'm not into that. I'm into photography. I'm into actually interviewing fighters. I'm into going to the gyms and seeing how they work, picking up on their habits, things like that. That's the content that I like, right? And I thought 5 years coming in, when I came in, like, man, I'm gonna eat this shit up because I'm slam dunking it. I have actual content. I have actual Stephen A. Smith when it pertains to Allen Iverson and before that Amara Shawn, when Michael Jordan. I have actual, you know, personal dealings with a lot of these fighters. Frontline dealings where I really been around them and questioned them or even report on them, picked up on the things that they did. So I was like, yo, when I start doing this YouTube shit, oh man, it's over. But the more I got into the YouTube shit, I started to see that this shit is goofy business. It's a bunch of stands of fighters that are just what they are, stands. And like I said, anybody could create a YouTube account. Anybody could be a YouTube content creator. So when you come with the facts about fighters that other content creators, fans with channels worship, idol worship, and you come with shit that doesn't coincide with the fanism, the stanism, you are going to be put in a certain category. So when I was telling guys that, yo, these dudes aren't really cool like that. These dudes don't really fuck with each other like that. A lot of people were mad because they was led to believe that all of these guys were cool. There was a big family. But if you ever paid attention, and let's take it back, like I said, the news, by Shanewz, all of these PBC fighters, remember, they were all used to beef. Remember particular Barclays Center fight week when the Charlo brothers wanted to fight Tank Davis and Javante Davis is Tank Davis. Tank Davis and Adrian Broner. I was right there covering this shit. Right, I was literally right there. I'm just like, one thing about me, well now, if we could rewind the time and how I move now, I would have took a lot of photos of all that shit. But around the time when I'm doing this, I'm not even the type to pull my phone out and record this shit. But I could name some of these guys that you guys love to this day. That's what they was doing. I'm not into that. Never was. But I was right there. And then I remember reporting on it, telling a lot of people that I know around the way, jealous, hating, low life, bum ass niggas, respectfully, right? And these same individuals used to tell me, oh, nah, it didn't happen. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And I did. But I used to always remember coming back telling these dudes about the Charlo brothers and Earl Spence and this one and that one. Because I was around these guys. And I'd be like, nah, they're not really like that. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors, right? And the moment I started my YouTube channel, when I started my YouTube channel, unbeknownst to a lot of these guys, one second. Unbeknownst to a lot of these guys, like when I started my YouTube channel, I had accumulated so much content. Yes, content. Not coming on here blogging and talking, but actual content, interviews of guys in the game and all of this and footage, right? So now when I'm speaking on a lot of this stuff, right, I had an actual receipt where I could say, yeah, remember, yada, 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 XYZ. This happened there. I was right there. You see me? See the footage that I'm posting? That's them right there. You know, this argument jumped off. You know, I don't know. How can you debunk something that I was around? You know, remember, and the stories are out there with me going back and forth with them in Gleason's gym and the wallet incident where he dropped the wallet. We got the wallet back for him. These things all really happened. But yet when I spoke about them, right, you know, people wanted to, so to say, discredit me or act like I'm not who I am, or I was mad, I'm this, all kind of stuff. But I'm like, damn, that's how the game is being played, I guess, right? When you're dealing with the internet and weirdos and fans of fighters, when you're telling your truth, and now it's apparently is the truth, because this man just did a post-fight interview and said he has his brother. If y'all talk to my brother, now I'm only doing this because this is my content. Now I can tell my story because my stories have always been official, concrete, right? Official. You hear the words that I'm using? And that's why a lot of you weirdos, respectfully, on the internet that talk boxing every day, not only do some of these fighters, right, but some of you weirdos owe me an apology. And I see now why you hide from me, or you don't really want to fuck with me, because you know that you look like dirt bags to me. You do, you really do. You look like dirt bags, because a lot of the shit that I talked about for years, not only is it coming to pass, but I don't even need to talk about it no more, because now it's out there. And like I did this morning, when I did my live this morning, and I said, I'm praying for the brother, man, because I see how bad it is now. And at the time, we all have our issues, right? But when I had my issues with them, where I see where they're at now, and the brother had the breakdown with the mental issues, they're fighting, he's being slapped, his wife is being beaten up by his brother's wife. Like, this shit is real shit that goes on with everybody. This not them, but see, when you are in the limelight and people are to believe that your life is a certain type of way, and then there's so much dysfunction that is never reported on or hidden or acting, or to believe that it wasn't like that, but it always been like that. So right now, I am speaking on my truths that are out there now. The man said, man, my brother did not wish me well. That's basically what he said. Tell him I won. I won. He hasn't returned my calls or picking up my phone calls. He didn't even come to the fight. And I've been telling you guys this for years, that, you know, they don't really fuck with each other like that. They don't really fuck with each other like that. Smash my like button. You know, this is the news by Shanewz, right? But like I said, I'm praying for G Money and Nino Brown. I am my brother's keepers, because they are brothers at the end of the day, twins, identical. And when this boxing shit is over, they are gonna still be brothers, man. And the significance of my thumbnail picture and the picture that I got there, we got on this brother about the chain. Now it's making sense why he got this chain. You know, Lions only. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. CMB. You know, G Money and Nino Brown. The Lions only. So, Jamel, I know this is going to get back to you guys, because I am that brother that you guys, and not only you, but a lot of you others, try to mute me and shut me down from being media. But goddamn it, I'm more than that now. But I have grown in life where I want to speak about you guys and uplift y'all, because I do not want to see you brothers like this. It was a point of time I might have came on here and kept just, man, you niggas ain't shit. Look at you now. But I'm not with that. I've been told the people that you guys didn't fuck with each other like that. Right? And all I'm asking for now is just a simple apology. Not only from you, but from a lot of you weirdos. You know, a lot of you weirdos, man. Just apologize, man. Because when I was an official content creator, right? I was a content creator. Fuck what these other weirdo, goofy niggas on this internet claim to be. I was an official content creator. Interviews. That's content, goddammit. Now I got photography. I can add photography to the mix. But I always had interviews. I always had coverage. I was a real content creator. And y'all tried to take that from me, right? And look how God blessed me. Now I'm an executive. In real talk. A lot of you weirdo niggas don't want to come to terms with it. But I could call up a manager right now and say, listen, I have this kid. He is XYZ. What can we do? I can do it. The stats are out there on that. So I think that makes me a little bit more than a content creator. So a lot of you weird niggas that talk boxing, apologize. I'm giving y'all a chance. Apologize. Because a lot of the fighters did it. It's time for you fans of boxing to apologize. You heard? Apologize. You know, I've been coming on here rocking with y'all. I still rock with y'all, right? But now you are seeing my babies rock more. And that was always one of my plans. So that's why when it pertained to my name and I felt disrespected, I was ready to kill. Because that's what real fathers, real protectors, providers do for their children. They will kill. So is this starting to make sense now? So apologize. But back to the G Money brothers, right? CMB. It hurt me hearing him say that last night. But I have grown where I say, you know what? When I do my content today, I am going to highlight this. And I am going to continue to be blessed because I'm not going to kick these guys when they are down. I am going to shed light on this, and I am going to uplift them and continue to pray for them. I remember reporting when saying that, man, these guys don't fuck with each other like that. They're like, no, they don't. I said, listen, did you see when he went live and the brothers were talking and he told... She has five. I think she has five kids from her. I might be a little off. 4 to 5, right? From his identical twin brother. They're on live, and he says to him, "This is. I've been telling you they don't fuck with each other, but this is one of the first real flashes for the world to see that some of the things that I have been reporting on for years may be true." He tells his nieces and nephews' mother. This is his nieces and nephews' mother. Yo, fuck that bitch. This was on live. Do y'all remember that? There's a couple of y'all in here. Do y'all remember that? Right? Please don't get quiet or don't want to comment. You know, because now a lot of y'all are made out to see what y'all are. Like, come on, we talk boxing, but I talk too much. No, I actually report too much. This is what I do. Do y'all remember that? Shout out to WCS in the building. I was playing your live back. Great work today, WCS, like you always do. Shout out to Velocity Cuts. I see you, my guy, right? But do y'all remember that when the man said, and this is no shot at these guys, because like I said, I'm praying for y'all. Y'all are going to get it back together. And when y'all do, please highlight me, man. Highlight me, man. The same way you highlighted me in Gleason's gym and they tried to blackball me and make it seem like I wasn't professional and all that. Please highlight me for speaking on you guys now like this. But do you remember when he said on the live, yo, fuck that bitch? I'm like, damn. damn. I didn't. I might have did some shit on it, but I might have at the time. I might have just been where I'm at now in a place of like, man, I done grown. Look at this shit. They are exposing who they really are now. But he said, fuck the mother of his nieces and nephews, who happens to be the wife of his brother, on the live. On the live. And this is his high school sweetheart. They've been together since they was, in the mud, right? But this is out there, right? Years ago, he did this, right? Let's fast forward, right, to July 29th. Remember, July 29th, that was the Earl Spence massacre, fight week and all that. The footage is out there. I'm not going to play it up because this is not what we're doing tonight. But what we are doing is content creating, and we are solidifying our rank, our status, our stripes as far as being one of the best content creators, reporters, media, photographer, coverage. July 29th fight week, T-Mobile Vegas. An assault occurred between two females. The footage is all out there. Not Jamal being slapped, but a woman who apparently was his wife was assaulted, because that's what it was. It was an assault. It's not alleged because the footage is out there, but I'm not going to play it because we're not into glorifying violence. But an assault occurred between one female assaulted another. When the information finally came out of who the two that were fighting, at first they was trying to make it seem that it was it might have been Jordan Plant. That's what they was trying to say, that Jordan Plant jumped on Jamal Charlo's wife, Chantel. Hopefully I'm saying your name right, sister. I didn't know all that. But that wasn't the case. When the facts and the smoke cleared, Chantel or Shantae or whatever your name is, Jamal Charlo's wife, who he's now back with, right, was assaulted by who? Her sister-in-law. Yes, that was Jamel Charlo's baby mother, wife. They just had another seed, a kid. Congratulations on all that, right? But that's who did the beatdown. This is all out there. So I go back. I'm like, man, they don't really fuck with each other, y'all. Man, Sha, you don't know what you talking about. You mad. You just jealous. No, I've been around them. I've been around them. I'm telling you guys. Hey, man, you don't know what you're talking about. All right, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I started a YouTube channel, right? Interviews, all that content, right? Yesterday, man, interview, post-fight interview. Yo, if you talk to my brother, man, tell him I won. And, he ain't returned my phone calls. He said this now. If you talk to my brother, remember I put the little piece out there because this is going to lead to this right here. If you talk to my brother, yo, this is a celebrity. See, I'm giving them their flowers, man. This man is a celebrity. He is a celebrity, a world champion fighter. Hasn't fought in 2.5 years. It was a point of time they said he might not return. Something was wrong with his back. Remember that? But he made it back. And whatever differences him and his brother had, and I'm not defending Maul, but I know you guys never been eye to eye for some time now. But what did Maul do, right? Maul said, yo, fuck it. And Mel, you was the same. Y'all are the same. I know you niggas, man. And you get mad when I called you a nigga in Gleason's gym. But goddamn, you're acting like a nigga. Because that's nigga shit. At the end of the day, that's your twin brother, right? So when you was on the edge, remember this, right? You fought Canelo September 30th. You didn't know if your brother was gonna pop out. Remember this. I'm not lying now. Why nobody else don't want to talk about this? But you niggas is gonna apologize to me, man, because I've been reporting on a lot of this stuff, right? But September 30th fight week, after Jamal, yes, Jamal wife was assaulted. He was slapped. Remember, he got slapped. I'm taking y'all back, man. Giving y'all the facts. So y'all in here in and out listening, because y'all know y'all can't fuck with me. These look, my shit is legit, right? But this man was slapped a month, maybe what, July 29th, so 2 months he was slapped. He came back to the scene of the crime where he was slapped, having to relive all of that. I remember doing the content, getting at him, because that's what I do as a content creator. I was like, yo, you do not need to come out the room. Don't even come to the fight. This dude came back where he was embarrassed at to represent for his brother. Even though they are having the issues that they are having, he came, popped out for the camera, just for everything, but he was there. They had their moment, and you seen the tension between them, right? You seen it, right? The two, Jamel's a little retarded, Maul is a little retarded, but it was there. But the love was there too. They embraced, they had their moment, and then he had his fight with Canelo. But he came to support his brother. And remember, they was questioning Mel, and Mel was on the edge because he didn't know if he was going to come, but he came. What happened last night? Did Jamel return the favor? No, he did not. He didn't even respond to phone calls, man. So when I look at this chain, you see, this was my thumbnail. I look at the chain and I say, man, it makes sense. He wants his brother back. They came into the game together, Lions only, the twins. Remember, I used to call them Demolition Men. Because, you know, remember they used to have the different color hair. See, a lot of y'all probably wasn't fucking with them like that back then. They had the different color hair. You know, they had the braids, and, you know, now they look different. They move different. But back then, when they both were, you know, at one point, see, I can speak on this because, like I said, the news by Shanewz. I'm certified with this media shit. Content creator, yes, real content creator. Coverage, interviews, now photography, right? But back then, they were tight, man. They were tight. Well, listen, I got a book coming out, man. I always had a book. Remember, I used to always speak about my book, but I put it on the shelf because for a while, my boxing book, it's been done, right? But if I would have put it out then, it wasn't finished because some of the stuff that I'm doing now has been added to it. But at the time, I don't think it was still a hell of a book, because look at the shit that's going on now. A lot of that is in my book. But at the time, I just think like the stuff that I was up against, they could have killed my book off, right? Because they basically was doing that, right? In so many words, they was slandering me, right? So my book really had no real credibility, because a lot of stuff that's in the book is coming out. Like I said, they were slandering me, bro. You know, I was mad, and I think the way I was carrying myself was allowing that. You know, I was just. I don't say I was mad, but I didn't play smart chess. Right now, listen, man. Now I'm looking like a chess master, real talk, because a lot of stuff that's in my book, from Derrick James to Earl Spence, to a lot of the PBC fighters is validated. Yes, it's validated. And these are all things that, like I said, I love all of these guys, man. Whether they did me wrong or they didn't apologize or acknowledge me, I still love you guys, because the experiences that I got from dealing with you guys, whether it was covering you guys and doing other things, allowed me to grow into who I am now and open many more doors. A lot of doors that you guys thought that you were closing, bigger doors open as you see what's going on. But like I said, I had the book, I still have it, right? But the book is playing out now. You know, the book is playing out now. Earl Spence demolished, right? These are facts. Earl Spence went on his girl's podcast, admitted to being a drunk and doing things that I spoke about, that I was ridiculed for, that I was, called not solid. And I laugh at that now, because the same guys that called me not solid, you still can't wipe your ass, nigga. You still can't wipe your ass. These are facts, right? And the rest of y'all that talked about me and all this, what have y'all done in the sport of, content creating, other than having listeners and fans like yourself? But hey, what do I know, right? But yes, the book is looking like history. It's looking like history right now, because Earl Spence jumped on his girl's platform and said even after the accident he wasn't living right. Who reported on that? Who reported on that? The news, by Shanewz, right? But now that was out there. Who reported on the other guy, that the chief, commander-in-chief over there, that he wasn't official? We seen how that played out, right? You can't hide no more, Derek. Can't hide no more, Derek, right? But who was telling you about that guy? Oh, that's out there, man. So when this book, the Books of Swords, drops, man, come on, man. But the only reason I haven't dropped it is because right now, the stuff that's really in it, the executive stuff that I've been involved with, it makes it even better, right? And it makes the book even better, because you see the real growth of a man that started out as YouTube media 5 years ago to being a part of great things, historical things, after being told that as a content creator, reporting, right? And I want y'all to catch this, right? Reporting, because that's what I was doing, reporting on being a real journalist, right? Under UGK, that's what I always called myself, the underground king. But reporting. Now, if Ellie Setback or Fight Hype, Fight Her, Marcos, even Dante's Box Nation, when these guys tell you these things, right? Even if it goes against some of your favorite fighters, like look at Ellie Setback and Bill Haney had a riff, right? Had a riff. Did Ellie Setback get blackballed? What happened to Ellie Setback? Bill Haney jumped out there and said he was a culture vulture. Ellie Setback still covered that fight yesterday. That if anybody got damaged off of that, I would say it was Devin Haney, not Ellie. Not Ellie as a content creator, because Ellie's a content creator too, right? But when Bill went at him head up, said he was a culture vulture, he was bad for the sport. Did Ellie lose his credentials, right? The only time Ellie did lose credentials, right? And I'm going to say this alleged, right? Is when, Ellie gets special privileges. It is what it is. If you know, you know, right? So certain guys that do media, Shout out to all the real media guys that do media. They know what I'm speaking on right now. A lot of you fans and content creators that only do gossip content and shit like that, y'all wouldn't understand this. So just let this go over your head. But when you cover fights and you really cover fights and you're getting content, actual content, whether it is coverage, interviews, photography, things like that, video footage, right? Certain footage. Look. This is media marketing, management consulting shit right here. I'm giving y'all, right. Certain content is deemed to be for the networks, right? You know the network, Showtime, ESPN, The Zone. You know they own the rights to certain content, right? They own the rights to certain content. So, Ellie alleged, I'm gonna say alleged because it is what it is, but we know what it really is. Ellie, got a little too comfortable, so to say, and some of the content that he was getting, they, they slapped him on the wrist. They slapped him on the wrist and they shut him down for, well, they attempted to, but Ellie is Ellie. He went right around that. He got on. He wasn't supposed to cover. I'm not gonna put out the specific fights because the people that know. A lot of you, like I said, a lot of you guys ain't in the loop with nothing. Don't know what I'm speaking on, but some do. But he still got around that. But he wasn't supposed to be because he was banned for a time period. But look where that led to, right? But it is what it is, right? But like I said, when he has his fallings out, was he blackballed or kicked out? No. Let's go to my guy Fred X, since I'm speaking about being kicked out and blackballed, right? Fred X, who many might say was the Black Ellie setback, at least with the PBC. Ellie had, I'm not Ellie, Fred X, sorry. But Fred he was the Ellie, man. When it and I know this for a fact. That's why when it comes to Fred, I get on Fred when I feel the need to. But shout out to Reggie Owens. Reggie Owens does it for me. Reggie kills him, right? But Fred was always down with these guys, right? Fred had unlimited access. Like whatever his deal was with them, the fighters had to interview with him. That's why when he fell out and he got kicked out, he no longer was getting the access to the fighters like that. But I always had that, right? Listen, when things went left, but they've been had me like that, right? All this is in my book, but I'm gonna speak about it a little bit right now. They always had me on a leash like that, or they thought that they had me on a leash. But I'm a free wild dog, right? And that's why I did what I did. But they used to think they had me on a leash like that. They couldn't understand, right? And it makes sense now, right? Because like I said, I don't think I ever in life, all the content that I ever had with PBC, I never had a working pass. Real talk. I could turn my camera on right now and pull out passes and credentials from Matchroom, Star Boxing, of course Top Rank, right? All these others, never PBC, but I could pull out catalogs of work of PBC fighters, interviews, coverages, things like that. Never had a PBC credential, but they never really wanted to give me access for whatever reason. It is what it is, right? And they always felt like they was going to do me how they did Fred, and that was going to discourage me. But unlike Fred and others that need that, I never needed that. One thing about me, like I said, I'm a wild dog. I'm a hunter, right? I'm not a zoo animal. I know how to eat. And if you put me against a wall, like, I'm not a zoo animal. I'm going to get my meal. I'm going to eat. And that's what you were seeing me do, eating and eating. But then I learned the game. And when I learned the game, right? I learned the game. That's when I really started seeing people for who they were. Like, oh, you're not in my best interest. You don't even like me because you're making it hard for me. What's going on, Coach Rain? Okay. You're making it hard for me. Now I know these things, right? Because like I said, I have shared this before. Leave that alone. Please leave that alone. Thank you. Put it down. I have shared these things. Shout out to Joe Higgins and Patrick Day. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You're in here blowing your nose. That's rude. Come on. Take that out. Go. Take that out. Go. Yes, take that out. But yes, I learned that from Joe Higgins. And shout out to Joe Higgins. Rest in peace to Patrick Day. Because, man, and I spoke about this, but I'll share it again just to keep Patrick's name alive, like I always do, right? The late great Patrick Day, right? I remember covering the last HBO card in Atlantic City, and it was a main event, Kathy Duba fight, and I applied for credentials, right? And I was denied. And I was at Freeport, PAL, covering that day. It was a Saturday, and shout out to Joe Higgins and Patrick. I was covering those guys at the gym, just kicking it with them. And Coach Joe Higgins, I always remember this. He was like, "Yo, man, yo, you ain't going to work the fights tonight in Atlantic City?" It was at the Showboat, right? I was like, "Nah, Coach, they denied me, bro." I was like, "Yo, I applied for credentials and they denied me, right?" This is when I learned the game, right? Coach Joe Higgins said, "What?" Because remember, I was one of Pat Day's reporters. I used to cover Pat, the fights at the Hula Theater, even Shawnee. Shout out to Shawnee too. I was covering a lot of Coach Joe Higgins fighters, right? And I remember Coach Joe Higgins, right? When this happened, right? I remember Coach Joe Higgins jumping on the phone and making a phone call, right? Yo, making a phone call, and I had credentials like that, right? I was like, damn, that's how the game works. It's that easy, right? But when he did that, right? Mind you, I was Team Spencer. It don't make sense forever, ever, right? Forever, ever. But when Coach Joe Higgins did that, it made me look at Team Spencer. It don't make sense differently, right? I knew then, right, that they really wasn't fucking with me because by Joe Higgins doing that, showed me that Team Spencer it don't make sense. Remember, I always told you I never got a credential for a PBC fight, but yet I was Team Spencer. It don't make sense. Yeah, I invented that. That was my slogan. But I never, even the Earl Spence fight, I never got a credential. But I just watched. Listen, this is and mind you, Patrick Day did not fight on this card. You know who fought on this card that night? It was Dimitri Bivol and my man, the Haitian, the one that he got dirty. He fucked up Marcus Brown. Um, damn, it's slipping my mind right now. Hold on, let me go into my drawers. I got my stuff. I could pull out my what's in there. Hold on. something, Mac. I wanted to pull out my receipt, man. 'Cause I did not want to get this wrong. You know, I got a scrapbook. That's in my scrapbook, right? I'm gonna show you the date and time. Jean Pascal, November 24th. Yes, November 24th at the Hard Rock Casino. I remember Joe Higgins making that phone call, and I covered that fight with Dimitri Bivol, right? Now, like I was stating, I never got no credentials with the PBC, and I was Team Spencer, so it don't make sense. And when that happened, not only did it awaken my eyes, it showed me then that these guys really never really fucked with me. Not only did they not fuck with me for a while, they have been secretly going against me. Oh, look, I got these right here. I might do a piece on this another time. These are contracts. Oh shit, I was talking about contract. All in my scrapbook, right? But yeah, at the time, they were secretly, you know, after Joe Higgins put me on to how things played out, I'm like, oh man, these guys are snakes. Real snakes. Like, damn, that's all it takes is for you to make a phone call. So they probably was making that same phone call, like, yo, don't put dude on. And when you think about it, right, they were. They won't admit it because they're not those type of guys to admit shit like that. That's why they're so fucked up now when they see the rise and the growth. Because they knew they was those guys doing that. And it shows now with your boy, Fred X. Fred X couldn't get a fight on his platform anymore. But he had to face what a lot of us face. But it is what it is. Like I said, hopefully y'all enjoying this content tonight. I know a lot of y'all been in and out, just ear hustling, listening. Cool. I'm cool with all of that, man. I am cool with all of that. But like I said, the main focus of this was, I got a little off topic, but it's still on topic because it ties in with, the Charlos was with that shit too. Because with my beef with them and running that Gleason's, they did the same thing that I'm just speaking on, making phone calls and saying, yo, don't allow this guy to get a coverage and all that shit. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, hopefully I am my brother's keeper. You guys iron your shit out. Because boxing is over for you guys. Real talk. It is. Like, how many more years do you guys really think you guys got left in the sport? In the sport. Real talk. Right now, I know both of you guys are food, respectfully. There's young fighters out there that I know can mop the floor with you guys. And one of them fought last night. He will beat the shit out of both of you guys respectfully. David Benavidez will beat both y'all up respectfully. Terrence Crawford, same thing. But I don't know. Terrence Crawford likes Big Maul. That's his peoples. They have a weird relationship, right? But I know he will fuck up Jamel off top. But Maul is like his friend. You know, they're cool. So I don't know if he'll do it to Maul. But I know he will definitely do it to you, Mel. And there's some young guys out there that I'm not going to throw out, but they will beat you up as well. So I'm just saying, you and your brother, right? Boxing is about to be over for y'all. But when boxing is over, you guys are still going to be brothers, man. You guys are still going to be brothers. So you guys need to work that out, man. Like, but for you not to even pick up his phone call, and it had to bother him, man, because you see how he emphasized that, right? He emphasized that, like, and he didn't care. You know, he could have, they could have kept hiding that, but he emphasized that. He made emphasis on that. If y'all talk to my brother, stressing the fact that he's not talking to you. If y'all talk to my brother, let him know I won, because he's not answering the phone calls. You know, let him know I won. He knows you won, Maul. You didn't have to do that, Maul. But by you doing that, I can respect it, right? But Mel, man, listen, you guys are brothers, man. You know, you have a weird, estranged relationship. And I should be happy. Like I said earlier in my life, I should be happy right now. I should be like, yo, man, I told you. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is apologize, man. Apologize. That's all I'm saying. You apologize, him, the rest of them apologize, man. A lot of you weirdo content creators apologize, man. Apologize, man. Because when I was being a content creator, something that a lot of you guys claim to be, but I don't see no photography work. I damn sure don't see no interview work. Damn sure don't see no coverage. I don't see a lot of you niggas at these fights. Because if I did catch a lot of y'all at these fights, you know, I think what's name is it, Jones too. I think we might be some similar related, same type of tribe. I would have pressed some of y'all, man. I would have pressed some of y'all, man. That's a Jones trait right there, man. You know, when you see somebody that, you know, they talk a little different or they type a little different on the internet and you see them in person, you're like, yo, what's up? Yo, what's up, man? You know what I mean? It's like that. What's up? Like, what's up, man? You know, what's up? You know, it's just that what's up? Like, what's up, man? You know, you got a problem? What's up? You know? And like I said, I a lot of y'all owe me an apology, man. That's all. I'm a man at the end of the day, right? You know my body, the stuff that I've been playing for years. Niggas don't owe me nothing, but I'm a man at the end of the day, right? You see, I told y'all when I came on here 5 years ago, right? I always told it, and my man WCS always lets the world know this. That's why I fuck with WCS, right? And there's executives in this game, right? That I told this, right? And we work together now, right? But I remember telling them this, right? Back in the day, right? When I was media, right? I always told them because I got a mission in life, right? And I always was telling them this, like, yo, regardless of what you think about me or how you approve of me, I'm going to get there. And they know that now because I'm there, right? But I remember telling them this, right? I remember telling all these guys this. That's why I said, just apologize, man. At the end of the day, I'm a man, right? I'm good with an apology. Because like I said, I don't come on here, you know, the old me, I would have taxed you, real talk. You know, that's just the you know, the cloth that I'm cut from. That apology would have cost you, you know? But I'm not on that type of time, right? But just apologize, man. Because my book is coming out, right? Yeah, my bad. I had to mute the mic, man. I had to mute the mic real quick. People still hitting my line up. I'm in my zone now, man. As far as content creating, blogging, I'm giving out gems over here, man. Tonight was a gem. Like I said, man, shout out to the CMB brothers, aka Lines Only. Get it together, guys, because at the end of the day, you guys are successful professional prize fighters. What is going on with you guys personally, as far as dysfunction, as being brothers, everybody has these things going on. But you guys are at a level in life where people such as myself and others are always going to speak on it because you guys made it. And by all means, you definitely made it. Both you guys are champion level fighters, professional prize fighters, which is the highest level to make it as a fighter. You guys are successful entrepreneurs because you do have lines only promotions. I don't know if you're putting on shows, but you do have that going on. You have a lot going on. So when you are at the mountaintop, it's best to lead by example. Right now, you guys aren't leading by the right example. And when you go, your brother, you both y'all did this, man. Fighting and dysfunction. You know, your brother's battling his demons, you're battling your demons, right? I could easily come on here and be like, nah. Nah, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. I want to see you guys mend this. Like I said, it's over for y'all, man. Respectfully. Boxing is over for y'all. It's gonna be over for y'all within 5 years. Neither one of you guys will be like, listen, real talk. In 5 years, right? You guys have been ran off. I'm gonna use your terms now, since you guys are the lines only. In 5 years, you guys have definitely been ran off the Pride Land. How does that work, right? Somebody comment, man. It's a couple of y'all in here. Doesn't that work like that in the real animal kingdom, right? Do the lions, the male lion, he gets ran off the pride, right? The male lion, the alpha lion, doesn't he get ran off the pride? How does that work? Right now, both of you guys are pride lions, right? You guys are pride alpha lions, right? That's why I said mend this, man, because in 5 years, you won't be the pride lion leaders, right? But you guys will be brothers. You will be brothers. But in 5 years, you won't listen. I'm stretching it, looking out and saying 5 years. Maybe in 2 or 3, you guys won't be the alpha lions, but you will be brothers. You will be brothers. And that's something that, whether you get ran off the pride land, you will always have your brother. So hopefully, like I said, this source will definitely get back to you guys. Because one thing about my work, you guys can act like you ignore it, right? You can act like you don't fuck with it. But my stats say different. My stats say different. December 9th, Jihad Tucker, number 12, against number 5 in the world. Definitely support that young king who is making his mark. He's doing a lot of things that, we talk boxing, right? Let's talk a little bit of boxing. I watched WCS's live. He was talking about Vito, such and such, right? Vito was 16-1. I don't think Vito, out of his 16 victories, has even attempted to fight a fighter that Jihad Tucker is about to face. But hey, what do I know? But shout out to Vito. He looked good against, a guy who was supposed to be something that got stopped in the first round. That's 16-1, right? The one fight that Vito had a little trouble with that he lost, I think they ran it back. I think he avenged that loss. He might have not, or they might have gave that guy to Joey Spencer. I gotta look it up. But I remember Vito lost. They was moving him. And then he hit a little speed bump. And after he hit that speed bump, They put him back on the nipple. That's what we call it, the nipple, right? But shout out to Vito, very successful. Like I said, 16-1 guy. That's his record. He's not fighting the caliber of fighter that Jihad is about to face in middleweight going down, Francisco Verno. Um, there's a whole bunch of these guys. After December 9th, I'm going to really step up my blogging and go more in depth on me, you know, on me and the things that I do. Because now I have stories to tell. And today was just a story to tell that has actually played out before our eyes, with the brothers, the dysfunction, the turmoil. But at the end of the day, man, G Money, Nino Brown, CMB, we all we got. And my brother's keeper, yes, I am. Charlos, get it together, man. You guys are brothers. Get it together, man. The chain says it all right there. He wants his brother back. We was mocking him for the jewelry, but that jewelry meant something right there. Lions only. Right now, you guys are more Scar and Mustafa. That's not the vibes, man. But maybe that is. But that's not the vibes. But maybe that is. Are y'all catching what I mean? Because Scar and Mustafa were brothers. But Scar wanted Mustafa's spot. Which one of you guys wants the other brother's spot? Which one? That is a great question to ask. Maybe you guys could sit down on the pivot, because that's the type of platform you guys would do one of those with. Maybe $1 million worth of game, or one of these bigger platforms, and air that out. But when you do, remember who said it first. Remember who put it out there first. Because if you don't remember it, best believe when that happens and you guys do something like that, I will definitely talk about it and say, man, do y'all remember when I said that they need to go on the pivot or $1 million worth of game and sit down and air out their grievances? And then we got an exclusive of them doing that. But hey, what do I know? The news by Shanewz. Shanewz Boxing, media, marketing, management, consulting services, right? Consulting services. Look, I'm going to turn my camera on real quick, right? Because I know you guys sit up here and you hear me say all of these things, right? The one thing about over here, we actually have receipts of contracts, because a lot of times, let me just read a little bit of a contract, right? I just want to read a contract a little bit, right? This says this is a binding legal agreement. Each of you is required to abide by and comply with all of the terms and conditions of the agreement. Before signing this agreement, you should read it carefully and make sure you understand it. This represents the entire agreement between the boxer and the manager. No other arrangement between the boxer and manager will be recognized or enforced. No one may force you to sign this agreement. You may discuss this agreement with anyone you choose, including a lawyer, before you decide whether to sign it. Each person's or party acting as a manager must sign this agreement. If more than one person or parties is to act as a manager, each will be deemed the agent for all others. What does that sound like, man? What does that sound like right there? Let me get to this part right here. Man. Any and all ring earnings, including purses and fees or other reimbursements earned by or on the behalf of the boxer for or in direct relations to boxing, sparring, or training services rendered or to be rendered by the boxer during the continuance of this agreement shall be divided and distributed as follows. And that is the percentage there to the boxer and to the manager. Now, see, that's what when I be saying 3% for myself. Now, this is something else. Well, we talk about this. This is I'm just giving y'all some inside source right now. So, what I just read right there. You know how you hear these guys say 30% and this, that, and the third. So, just imagine if Shakur Stevenson. I'm gonna use him because he's a big name right now. Devin Haney wanted to give him 25%, right? So what I just read, right? Check this out. This is not on topic, but it is on topic right now. So if Shakur Stevenson was going to get 25% of the purse, what I just read to y'all, out of that 25%, Shakur Stevenson has to pay his manager and whoever else from 25%. So now do you understand why fighters, and I'm going to use this guy, remember Frank Martin? You see, remember you like, oh, why are you talking shit about Frank? Because see, I know a little something, right? Frank Martin, going back to what I just read right here. Let's read it again. Maybe the reason why Frank Martin said he needed a little was because this part right here. Each person or party acting as a manager. How many people have Frank Martin represented, right? TGB, right? Man Down Promotion, right? So maybe, yeah, Frank was set to make whatever. But see, Frank didn't want to tell y'all that, right? But I'm telling y'all that now. Pay attention. But hey, what do I know? Hopefully y'all caught my source. Maybe another day, right? Another topic, another day. I will do a piece on that with some of the stuff that I was just reading. But the news by Shanewz, content creating. That was just a little, reading of contracts, verbiage. Hopefully y'all enjoyed my source tonight, man. Tomorrow is back to, heavy equipment. But like I said, I'm going to try to at least continue to the process that I did yesterday and Friday. Recording in the spot that I have right now. Because you see, even though tonight it was good, right? But you see, when I record at home, I'm dealing with my children, I'm dealing with my animals, I'm dealing with a lot. But at least when I go to the spot, I am not dealing with all of those outside distractions. I'm in my booth, or I'm in my conference center, and I am able to just concentrate on the blog or just the talk. Feel free to share the content or not, man. But just let these people know that I am growing, I am glowing. And fighters, listen, man. Contrary to what you have heard about me, we get deals for skills, right? If you are a young fighter, ambitious fighter, or even an old fighter with some form of stats or resume, and you are looking for representation, the number, you can hit me up behind the scenes, because I know a lot of you guys have a lot of pride now, right? And you want to work with me, you want me to do some things for you, but you like I said, an apology can open the doors for a lot of stuff, right? But also just coming and being like, yo, listen, Shalom, Shah, Sauce, I need your help. We could do that. But now, with us doing that, we do it the right way. and we do it the professional way. So hopefully you caught and enjoyed this sauce. You know, I didn't put the camera on. I didn't show you. I didn't show you the contract. And I'll do that another time. I ain't gonna show you the contract. I'll do that.